Welcome to Bleav in Falcons. I'm your host, Ovie Mughelli. Live from my car, about to get a workout in, and my co-host, Michael the Burner Turner, in a well-lit, beautiful kitchen somewhere. We are both here to talk about the Saints and the Falcons showdown, the hate week that doesn't feel like a hate week because we both suck. We're in the bottom basement of the NFC South, and this is the fight to see who's the worstest. And Mike, I don't know, like, there has not been any energy, any excitement. I mean, why would there be? We're 3-7. The season is over. I would have put the Bleav out of the title and called it in Falcons, but again, contractually obligated to Bleav in the Falcons. So, man, what are we supposed to do with this hate week, man? It's
one of the things that within a losing season that can make Falcons fans feel good. It's always feel good when we beat the Saints.
True.
Let's keep that on that note. Right. That's what we hope for. We can go 0 whatever, or up until we play the Saints. We got to win the Saints. Got to beat the Saints. So that's what it's always been about. Hopefully that continues. Hopefully that they come up with that fire, that energy that they want to win this rival game. Because if not, I don't want to see what happens after this, man. I'm dreading to see what happens after, man, because it's already been an ugly season.
Yes.
And talks of people getting fired and this and that, quarterback questions, all this other stuff, man.
Yep.
It's just weighing on me now, man. It's weighing me down, and I was like, yeah, the season is disappointing, but don't make it worse by losing to the Saints.
Mike, the Saints are it's a rivalry, and I'd say it's our biggest rivalry, the New Orleans Saints, and no one is excited. Like, literally, I've been around diehard Falcons fans, haven't even brought it up. I've been around some organizations. I usually get texts from several fan groups. No one is invested. I think because they're afraid to get hurt. You're right. They do want. We all would like for us to beat the Saints because that puts a smile on people's faces. We can walk around Atlanta like, hey, at least we beat the Saints. At least we beat the Saints.
Right.
Beat the Saints. But what if we don't beat the Saints? That's the terror, and we are being overlooked. Again, Bleav in Falcons presented by FanDuel. Even FanDuel has us as an underdog. I think the money line has us as a negative 126. The Saints are favored around minus 126. The Falcons are underdog around plus 108. And so FanDuel doesn't think we're going to win. A lot of the pundits don't think we're going to win. And we have 3 wins. They have 2. And we still are the underdog. And here's the thing. I also am not confident because until the Falcons give me confidence, I can't throw it their way again to say, just because I'm a former Falcon, you're a former Falcon, we want the Falcons to do well, we're going to pick them to win. They have to prove it to themselves and to us and the fans and to their agents, because people are going to be on the cutting block very soon.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the reason why people are not excited. Maybe because they don't want to get their hopes up,
Yeah.
Because we've been talking about winnable games. We've been talking about that all year, and the winnable games we haven't won. And the Saints coming into the season is like they knew they was going to have a losing season coming into this year. They knew they was going to have a tough year in 2025.
Yep.
We on the other hand came in with all this hype, it's the year, we got all this talent, we can do this and do that, and we might take the NFC South back from the Bucks. So it's a tale of two different expectations. That's why this game just like it's like Bleav. Like people just like, I don't know what to feel, and I don't know what to feel because like I don't trust this team, and especially with the injuries we have. No Drake London, Michael Penix down. Now we got Kirk Cousins coming back in, and he hasn't been looking good in a little amount of time that he's been playing this year. So it's like, do we really have a chance? Do we really have a chance? What do we really expect? It's like, and we got Bijan. That's all we coming in with Bijan, guns blazing, and on FanDuel they got him at we got 82 yards, 82 and a half yards. Rushing is his over and under at minus 114, and surprisingly, the Saints defense is top 5 in rushing. The rushing defense.
Really?
You wouldn't think that they're top 5 in rushing defense.
Even
though the horrible season that they're having, they still show up a little bit on defense. The Saints, not tanking it in. They haven't been tanking it in this year. They've actually been out there playing with some effort. And I would say they've been playing with more effort than the Falcons.
They actually won their last 2 games, I Bleav. So the Saints, they're on a 2-game winning streak. We are on a 5-game losing streak, 6-game losing streak, whatever we're on right now.
5
games. So the Saints are, they got the momentum, and we're going to their house. It's not like they're playing in our house. We're going to their house where with their bats, the same way we want to beat them, they want to beat us, as they do every year, but especially when that's the only thing they can hang their hat on. So I'm concerned because as much as I love this defense, and really there's not much for the Falcons fans to look forward to this season except for beating the Saints, and let's look at Michael Penix and watch him develop. He's a rookie quarterback. We're going to watch him grow. Even if we lose the games, if Penix plays well, fans are like, all right, we got something.
We got something, right?
But now, Mike, Penix is gone, and it's like, why do we watch, again, except for beating the Saints? I would say our defense has been exciting. Like the Penix of the defense is James Pierce, Jalen Walker. Can those guys show us more than they've already shown? I've seen enough. I really don't need to see anything to be excited. I'm super excited. But the defense as a whole, we made a Bryce Young who hadn't had over 200 yards in 7 games get 448 yards, got his career
franchise record.
Looked like a number 1 pick that he hasn't looked like his whole year. So giving him that, I am concerned about Tyler Shuck or Shug or whatever his name is. He's now started a couple games. He's winning. He's got Chris Olave and Juwan something, a tight end that's his guys. And again, pedestrian players. Olave is pretty good when
don't forget about Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, Alvin Kamara, which hasn't been doing great on the ground, but I'm concerned about our defense having a bad game, even though we're getting 3. We have over 5 sacks, like 3-4 games in a row. It's amazing, but us sacking the quarterback is not stopping these offenses from steamrolling us. So I am concerned.
Yeah, because the reason why you're concerned, probably because the same reason as me, because we don't know what Falcon team is going to show up. We've been up and down all year, not consistent all year. And one of the things I am excited about, though, I want to see how these rookies, how these young guys embrace this rivalry. How they gonna soak it in? Are they gonna live up to it? Are they gonna come up show up, be fired up? Because it's very few games you can be excited for, and with the season being the way it's going.
Yeah,
maybe this is what we need. Maybe a Saints game is the remedy, is our chicken soup to get out this funk. You know what I'm saying?
Get us back to health.
Yeah.
Oh, we need some chicken soup for the soul, man, because it is something to where the spirit and souls of these guys are broken. They're damaged. They're battered, and losing. People react to losing different ways, especially if you are one of these UGA guys that have never really lost before. Especially if you're somebody came from a school that this is foreign to you. I unfortunately have lost in college and in high school, so I understood the feelings that would bring and how to counteract that. But some of these guys, I won't say that they're shutting it down or taking it in 1, 2, 3 Cancun, but there may be a couple of players who do that. And this is a game. Well, this whole season is going to show you who you really are, because in football, in life, period, you really get to know somebody when they go through adversity. You really get to know somebody when times ain't perfect. Everyone's gonna give you their best look, their best self when things are great, when the money's good, when the success is good, when everything's there. But who is going to show up when everyone's called it in, when everyone's saying they're done? That's what really matters. So I want to see, you're right, these young rookies that will hopefully be with us for a long time. Let's see if they can actually still raise their level of play despite there being no real stakes. I want to people watch and see who's going to be, that guy that we can say, oh, he's special. He's a Falcon that we want to keep when his contract's up, because it's something different about him.
You know what? That's a great point that you bring up. Going through a tough time, going through a tough season. That locker room, man. You can see guys fading a little bit, probably.
Yep.
And as far as the coaching too, the coaches want to see who's going to quit on them. who's going to be there, who's ready to fight, who's ready to stick this thing out. Because like the season not totally over, but it's like it's a long shot for us to make the playoffs. But
very long,
a very long shot. But the thing is, like, who are quitters? You know what I'm saying? Because we're 10 games in. We still got 7 more weeks to go. That's a long time.
A long time.
That's a lot of football to be played. We don't be, we're not going to be faking the funk for 7 more weeks. I want to see who really wants to play, who really wants to compete, who really wants to get better.
Yep.
Yeah, and try to get some momentum for the next season. And like, who's going to stick around? Like, because this is how you build your base. Like, all right, I can get rid of this guy. He's a quitter. You know, the coaches are going to be checking off the list. Like, he quit. You know what I'm saying? Or like,
well, I don't know if the coaches will, because the coaches may not be here next year. So at least Arthur Blank, even the GM, he might not be here. But when the new GM comes, they go through all this stuff. I remember when Malarkey came in and Mike Smith came in, and you weren't there because you came from San Diego. But they brought us all in. They told us, "Hey, we watched all the film of you guys last year." And they literally said, we wanted to see which one of you guys or which one of you players were quitting, which one of you players were fighting, even though there's nothing left to fight for. Like your own personal pride, the name on the front, the name on the back. I was like, dang, y'all watch that?
Yeah.
Good. Because they had just given me $18 million, Mike. And so people were talking trash about me. And we were down so much every game. Every time I had a chance to play, I was excited. But I was fresh too. I mean, I was sitting there just waiting, jumping around, doing special teams. I can play fullback. So every time I came in there, I was trying to murder somebody. Not murder somebody. I was trying to hurt somebody. I was trying to do bad things.
So, I like the tears. Murder, hurt,
bad things.
It's bad things.
but when they came to me, they said, we watched your film and we were impressed that you didn't let off the gas. And people who come in next, hopefully it's our coaching staff, because I do like the majority of not all of our coaches. I like the majority of our coaches. Yeah. But if it's our coaching staff, they have that film to see who deserves to be a Falcon, because there is such a thing as Falcons football. I feel like in our heyday, like Malarkey and Mike, we talked about like this is Falcons football, and it was a brand smash mouth, go to the end, right up to the edge. We we're gonna beat them up, and that Falcons football, that just mindset that we're always gonna be the bully. I loved it, and that's what people call us dirty. Well, call us dirty, but the refs didn't call us a couple flags, but they didn't call us dirty, so we're fine. I want us to have an identity that we can run with, and right now, again, we're searching for that.
Yeah, we are searching for that, but like I said, the coaches are not going to be giving up on the season either, because there's a possibility they could come back next year. If we do a nice little run, I don't think Arthur Blank is going to fire him. You know what I'm saying? Because we lost our right tackle. You know what I'm saying? Beginning of the season, or you know what I'm saying? Like now Penny's out for the year, so we are not to make excuses, but we haven't been looking good the first half of the season. Period. Yeah. But let's get these things back on track, and we get some positive momentum going throughout this end of the season and going into next year. I think it is a chance that we could bring the coaches back, the coaching staff back, and everybody. It might be some little tweaks here and there. It might be. I don't think Raheem had to the door waiting to leave out the room. I don't think it's that situation yet.
Yeah, as much as a lot of fans want that situation, like they are done, they are tired, they are upset. They are frustrated for all the reasons you mentioned earlier in the show, because we had high expectations. I really feel like Mr. Blank is somebody who, just look at his track record, what he's done with Arthur Smith, what he did with Dan Quinn. He gave him probably a year or two more than they deserved or the fans expected. And I'm hoping he does the same thing with Raheem, just because as a player, it's difficult to go from coach to coach to coach to coach. If you guys if there's enough good there that you can kind of carve off the bad and cut out the fat, why wouldn't you try to just really take the good and build on that and be able to look at the bad and say, all right, we're going to get rid of that, whether that's a individual coach or a scheme or something. Because I just don't want this young man to have to keep on reinventing himself and learn a new program. What we need to do is get some receivers, because having David Sills be Kirk Cousins' top receiver is ridiculous. No disrespect to David Sills. He's just not a number one QB. I mean, a number one wide receiver. And with Drake being gone and Mooney's trying to figure out whatever Mooney is, even though Mooney had some good games with Kirk Cousins, maybe that will revitalize his Mooniness, like, his ability to go out there and ball. Because we need somebody other than Bijan and Drake, and now it's just Bijan, and Bijan can't catch the ball and run the ball every play. Maybe he could. We don't want him to do that, so we need help on offense.
Right, and how's that Ray McCloud leaving exit? Ooh. We still don't have all the answers to that. What's going on with that? What happened there? We still don't have that. But it's up to the guys. It's up to the guys. If y'all want Raheem, show that y'all want Raheem. If Raheem's message is getting through to y'all and y'all just not performing, you know what I'm saying? Like, show up on the field, like, finally get things going, get things together. Like, all right, let's ball for Raheem now. Because y'all know his job on myself. Y'all care about y'all coach, y'all care about that man, go fight for that man. You know what I'm saying? Like, just it's all about the coaching now. Is this the coach y'all want, or are y'all saying this? Oh no, this ain't it. We need something new. Let you know what I'm saying? Like, because right now y'all showing that we need something new. Yep. Something's not clicking with the coaching staff and the players. Something's not clicking here. We've been too up and down, too inconsistent guys. Like I was saying, Ray want to get released. We don't know what happened there. Like everything that can possibly go wrong for the Falcons went wrong for the Falcons this year.
That's a great point, Mike, because like as someone who's played with players, coaches, some hard asses that weren't players, coaches, guys who wouldn't even listen to players, I love a player's coach, but the danger in that is if you don't play, the first reason the fans, the media, everyone else points to is that he wasn't successful because he was too close to the players. They didn't respect him. You can't respect the player's coach. You can't fight for players' coach the way, because like Bill Belichick was not known as a player's coach, but he won championships. No one gave a dang whether he was nice to players or had a relationship or was able to communicate. No, he's like, this is what we're doing, and this is how it's going to go. I love players' coaches. I love coaches who let guys really interact with them. And if there was ever a time, and there was in college with Jim Caldwell. Jim Caldwell was a great players' coach at Wake Forest. Loved my Wake Forest Demon Deacons, but they fired a coach. They ended up getting picked up to NFL and won a Super Bowl. So like that was a little bit of a mistake. But I remember we had a team meeting at Wake, and I was one of the leaders. And I said just what you said. I was like, they trying to say our coach ain't good enough. They're trying to say that he's too close to us. They're trying to say that, he doesn't have the ability to bring the best out in us. We all know ain't nothing to do with him. We all know we're missing tackles, fumbling the ball, throwing interceptions, giving piss poor effort. We know we're doing that. We can't get the man fired because of our poor play. Like, I was hot because I love Jim Caldwell. I saw Jimmy Caldwell at the Wake UNC game, which was against Bill Belichick, interestingly enough. But so when I remember it being in that meeting and just like really like I wasn't gonna cry, but I was just like hot that we was about to put like a coach that came to my house in Charleston, South Carolina, is the only coach that gave me a chance to play football at the Division I level. And it was like, I'm like, I know I'm gonna be good, and I wouldn't have had the opportunity without him. So these players have to have one more players only meeting and talk about the fact that they're about to get this guy fired. And yes, Raheem is not perfect. Yes, Raheem has things he needs to build on, but I don't think his coaching alone is the reason we haven't been playing well.
Well, man, that's perfectly said, man. That's the expression I got. And like as we get out of here, as we wrap this thing up, it's like, Ovie, it's the Saints week.
Week, man.
After everything we saying, fight for your coach, all this other stuff, and he's not the problem. This is the game that's going to show. Like, this is like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who is this team putting out effort to win football games? Because there's no excuse after the Saints game. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be amped up, ready to go, no matter who's the coach. But really, if this the guy that y'all really want, this is the game to really show it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is it right here. So it's like the proof is in the pudding. We got to show up this week, and I'm interested to see how we're going to respond this week. How are we going to play this week with Kirk Cousins back in the lineup? We don't have Drake London, so it's going to be some backup players. There's some guys that haven't been playing that get their chance to play. You know what I'm saying? So like, and you know what I'm saying? Everything it amounts to like an emotional win this week for us. It'll be a big emotional win if we come out in New Orleans in their house. You know what I'm saying? In the it's not the Mercedes, but what's the dome now called? I don't even know. I don't even care. Yeah. Because we got the Benz now. We got the Benz now. But this is the week to show up. Show up and show out this week. Not only for the city, but also for Raheem.
I love it. In that same vein, I want to see these players step up. I want to see the Brent Grimes, the Eric Weems, the Kadell Hodges, like David Sills. Like, this is your chance. And no one's paying attention. You got an opportunity. You playing with a quarterback that was in the MVP race years before when Kirk Cousins was doing Kirk Cousins. Everyone has a chance to make a name for yourself, to surprise people. No one expects you to do anything, which I always love. And so I want to see play. I love personal stories. I want to see a guy who's second, third on the depth chart, doesn't really get much burn, doesn't get many practice reps. Now here's a chance where Falcons fans will be watching this and everybody else will be watching this. Let's show up and show out. And let's beat these Saints, because the alternative, Mike, to go out there and like beating them, I like to dominate. Beggars can't be choosers. I want to just get a win, but it'd be so nice to dominate. The alternative is it would be crushing for us to continue this losing streak against the Saints in their house. Like, we couldn't show our heads anywhere. We'd be hanging our heads. The whole city would have this cloud over it. We don't want that. We don't want to come in here on Monday and talk about why we lost against the Saints, because it's inexcusable. So the buck stops here. The Falcons got to put up or shut up. They got to believe in Falcons and take all the FanDuel bets you want and put it on the Falcons, because we got to win. We're going to win. It's happening. It better happen, because there is no alternative.
Right. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so like, let's just end it right there, because that's what it is. That's what it is. It's laid on the line for you guys. Y'all guys come together and just do something, man. Do something. Show that y'all got some fight in y'all. Show some heart. You know what I'm saying? Show some effort out there, and just have some fun out there in this rivalry, man. Embrace it. Soak it all in, because some of these guys, they never played in this game before, but now it's their time to try to feel what it's like to be in this rivalry, because it's like it's no other feeling. It's one thing to talk about it, but it's also being in it is a whole different atmosphere, whole different feeling being in that game, man. Because they're gonna feel it. They're gonna feel the rivalry. The hit's gonna be harder. The block's gonna be harder. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be intense. It's gonna be intense. We better be ready for it this week.
I like it. Y'all believe in Falcons, man. We'll check y'all out later. Appreciate it.